Dear brothers and sisters in the Lord, I invite you to delve deeply into the story of this remarkable Eucharistic miracle that has shone upon the small community of El Espinal in Honduras. This miracle is not just an isolated event, but a divine message, a sign prompting us to reflect on the magnitude of our faith and the mission God has entrusted to each of us. A miracle that, as we will see, inspires every one of us to live out Christ's message. Imagine life in El Espinal, a rural community where families are scattered across the hills, far from the luxuries and conveniences of modern life. In this remote place, the church stands as the beating heart of the community. Yet there isn't a resident priest. Instead, a layman named José Elmer Benitez Machado, known as Elmer, has taken on the role of extraordinary minister of Holy Communion. This man, with his humility and devotion, has become a beacon of hope and faith for his community. June 9, 2022, is a date that will forever be etched in the memories of those who witnessed this miraculous event. It was the feast of Jesus Christ, the High Priest, a day when the universal church celebrates Christ's eternal priesthood. Elmer, as usual, was leading the religious service. But when he opened the tabernacle, he was overcome with an indescribable emotion. He saw stains that looked like blood on the corporal that wrapped the wooden ciborium containing the Blessed Sacrament. Before concluding the celebration, Elmer addressed the congregation. He inquired if anyone had noticed water leaks or intrusions in the church, or if anyone had entered earlier. When the congregation responded negatively, Elmer revealed what he had seen and showed them the blood-stained corporal. This wasn't just a moment of astonishment for Elmer. It deeply touched everyone present. The following day, Fathers Marvin Sotelo and Oscar Rodriguez, missionaries of the Sacred Heart of Jesus from the town of San Juan de Intibucá, visited El Espinal to investigate the occurrence. Father Sotelo placed the corporal in a tightly sealed plastic bag and handed it over to the bishop 2 days later. Bishop Walter Guillen Soto was initially quite skeptical. He decided to keep the corporal in his private chapel until he determined the next steps. Logic compels us to be cautious when we believe things without filtering and analyzing them, he explained. 3 months later, the bishop finally sent the corporal for scientific testing at the DISA Test Toxicology Center in Tegucigalpa. Initial tests ruled out the possibility of the stains being from tree resin or animal blood. Subsequent tests revealed it was human blood of the AB group with a positive Rh factor, a rather rare blood group also found in the Eucharistic miracle of Lanciano and the Shroud of Turin, a blood type that seems to consistently appear in all Eucharistic miracles worldwide. According to the World Population Review website, less than 2.5% of the Honduran population has this blood type. Experts also ruled out that the pattern of these bloodstains was artificially created. Dr. Hector Diaz del Valle was amazed that the fabric had been exposed to air, humidity, was analyzed and wasn't properly dried yet. To this day, shows no deterioration or mold. At the end of the investigations, the Bishop of Gracias confirmed that it was an astounding event whose credibility he did not doubt. We must think that God seeks extreme events to call us back to the balance of common sense and truth. It seems to me that it is a sign from God manifesting again, as in the history of salvation, to humble people whom Mary praises for their simplicity. For me and the clergy of the diocese, it was a call to conversion. Upon the request of the Apostolic Nuncio in Honduras, Monsignor Gabor Pinter, scientific evidence and notarized statements were collected and sent to the Vatican for further investigation. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, I urge you to take this message to heart. It's not just an event belonging to a distant community. It's a message for all of us. It's an invitation to look within our hearts, to examine the depth of our faith, to rediscover the beauty of the Eucharistic gift given to us. It's a call to embrace God's grace with open hearts, to live our faith passionately, and to be instruments of conversion and holiness in the world. For as the bishop stated, it's no coincidence that this miracle was discovered by a layman, for this is the era of the laity. It's time for each of us to answer God's call, to be builders of God's kingdom here on earth. It's time to recognize that each of us, in our state of life, is called to be a saint, a witness to God's greatness. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on new videos and become part of our community of faith and prayer. May God bless you all.